Pantay ba? Pareho ba? Parang hindi. Parang hindi, no? Okay.
Sa rounds ng ospital, hustle di magtigil. Laging inaalala ang bawat detalye-tigil. Pasyente pamilya, sa kanya'y mahalaga. Kaya bawat check-up, laging may pag-asa. Si Doc Chris, Dos BMD, para sa pamilya, laging ready. Kung kailangan mo ng konsulto dito, pumunta sa klinika, yun ang totoo.
May biglang gumalaw sa labas. Anyway, what's up? Doc Chris here, Scrubby MD, and welcome sa another video. This month is Goiter Awareness Month. And kapag sinabing Goiter Awareness Month, you're talking about the thyroid. The thyroid is your, it's a butterfly-shaped gland na nandito sa harap ng iyong leg or your anterior neck. Okay? Meron ba ako? Mukhang wala naman, no? So, wala. Okay, compare na natin sa picture na to, So dito, pansin nyo, medyo nag-bulge siya sa harap ng leeg, no? So that is usually the typical feature of a goiter, okay, enlargement of your thyroid gland. Now, kadalasan kailangan yan minamanage either medical, ginagamitan ng either, depende sa type pa rin ng thyroid problem ito, either hypothyroidism, meaning mababa ang hormones sa production, or hyperthyroidism, meaning sobrang taas. Ang gagawin natin dyan is i-regulate natin sa tamang level yung hormones ng isang tao na meron siyang problem ng thyroid. Okay? Hypo or hyper, pareho sila magpe-present possibly with a presentation like this or goiter. Okay? Kaya mainam na makita din kung anong type of thyroid disorder ang taong may goiter. Kasi magbe-base ka din doon kung ano yung next management mo. Ang hypothyroidism kasi, you have to address that with providing supplementary thyroid hormones. So, example dyan is levothyroxine, which is a parang substitute or similar component sa T4 or your thyroid hormone 4 or thyroxine na nagagawa ng katawan. Kulang kasi na produce kaya nagpo-provide ka ng oral supplementation ng levothyroxine. Okay? So, nabibigay ka and starting dose, and then monitor yon. Now, paano kapag hyperthyroid ka? Kapag hypothyroid ka na, ay hyperthyroid ka naman, sobra-sobra naman yung thyroid hormones mo. Kapag sobra-sobra yung thyroid hormones mo, kailangan mo naman babaan, okay? So, nagbibigay ka ng tinatawag natin anti-thyroid hormones. Example dyan is methimazole and as well as your propylthiouracil. Okay? Depende rin yan sa sitwasyon ng isang pasyente. Kaya mas mainam magpatingin sa doktor. Magbabase din tayo kung let's say babae ito, buntis ba siya o hindi. Kasi magbabase din tayo kung anong trimester ang pwede natin ibigay. Okay? So, yung gamot na yon, yung dalawa, methimazole at saka propylthiouracil, okay, pwede niyang pababain yung level ng sobrang taas ng thyroid hormones para mapunta siya sa normal levels. Okay? So, monitor din yan ng isang doktor. Now, syempre, as a doctor, gamot lang ba ang magiging basihan natin ng paggagamot ng isang pasyenteng may thyroid problem or thyroid disorder? Syempre, hindi din. Magbe-base din tayo sa lifestyle changes. Isa dyan, yung diet. So, ang topic natin for today would be more on the diet of patients with goiter. Okay? So, kung magbe-base ka, let's say, hypothyroidism ka, kulang ka talaga ng thyroid hormones. So, nagbibigay ka ng levothyroxine or yung drug na similar na oral intake para tumaas yung thyroid hormones mo. Now, in diet perspective, pwede ka din mag-provide ng additional iodine supplementation. Pero that does not necessarily mean na kailangan mataas. Okay? You have to still take into consideration na nag-take ka naman na kasi ng levothyroxine, which is meron ding component ng iodine. Okay? So, yun naman, ayaw naman natin magkaroon ng drastic increase. Kasi pwede kasi ang hypothyroidism, pwedeng mag-move towards hyperthyroidism pag sobra-sobra naman yung naiinom nating levothyroxine. Kaya mainam magpa-check up sa isang doktor pag nagmamanage tayo ng thyroid hormone, ng thyroid disorder. Okay? Now, punta tayo kay hyperthyroidism. Pag hyperthyroidism naman, kapag naka-anti-thyroid hormones ka, syempre, ang ibig sabihin niyan, sobrang taas ng thyroid hormones mo. And ang thyroid hormones kasi, component din niya ay iodine. So, kung kailangan mo ba ng iodine supplementation, hindi. Okay? It might even make it worse. Okay? So, mas better na yung diet mo would consist more of a low iodine diet. Okay? So, kung ano ba ang low iodine diet, parang ang hirap isipin, Dok, paano ba yung low iodine diet na yan? Ano ba yung pwede natin way para mag-provide ng simpler explanation? So, from the American Thyroid Association, this is an article for low iodine diet. Tingnan natin. Baka mas makakatulong ito pag binasa natin. Okay? So, the normal thyroid hormone, nadaanan naman natin yan. So, what consists of a low iodine diet? So, isa-isahin natin. Why a low iodine diet should avoid not to eat, okay, bawasan natin. So, while on a low iodine diet, you should avoid eating the following. So, dito naman sa sinabi nila, they started with a negative prescription, meaning mga bawal. Okay, so, ito or bawal, di naman pala bawal, not to eat, avoid lang naman. So, parang limitahan mo. Okay, foods that are containing iodized salt, sea salt, iodate, and iodides or algins. Pag napansin nyo dyan, yung pagkain na yan, mataas sa iodine content. Kapag ganyan, yung sitwasyon kasi na yan, usually, kailan ba tayo nagre-restrict ng iodine? Again, it's for patients with hyperthyroidism, meaning mataas ang thyroid hormones mo. You are on anti-thyroid hormones. Okay? Pero kung hypothyroid ka, okay, there is no restriction naman actually at all kasi kulang ka talaga sa iodine. You're iodine deficient. Pero kung hyperthyroid ka, kailangan mong bawasan yung mga pagkain na rich in iodized salt, sea salt, and iodates. Okay? Vitamins or supplements that contain iodine, okay, like kelp or dulces, commercially prepared bakery products that are made with iodate, okay, FD and C red dyes which appear in maraschino cherries, occasionally as a pink or red artificial color, hindi ko alam yun. A backstrap molasses, limit grain products like noodles, pasta, and pastry. Take note kasi yung noodles, pasta, and pastry, meron siyang added mga powder, okay? Some would say that they would also include yun nga, salt content that would also contain iodine. Okay? Baka pwede din magtaas yun ng level ng iodine natin, which is ayaw naman natin in cases of hyperthyroidism. Okay? Now, other than that, tignan mo, limit also amounts of beef, iodine, and beef, chicken, and turkey. Then, soy products. Sinabi naman dyan, limit. Okay? Hindi naman sinabi bawal. Okay? Limit lang. There's no bad food. Just know how to moderate food. Okay? Soy products, soy sauce, soy milk, and tofu. For my patients, kasi madalas, sabi ko din, as much as possible, if you're hyperthyroid, iwasan mo toyo. Okay? Kasi medyo kung naman, though, sabi nga dito, soy itself does not contain iodine, although some soy products might, we cannot fully tell, no? Kung meron silang inad na iodine content, para lang din may lasa. Okay? Now, aside from that, isang consideration din natin is, itong mga pagkain na to, malimit natin sana gamitin, no? As kung hindi naman ikaw yung nagpe-prepare ng pagkain, sabihin natin yung mga kasama sa bahay na bawas-bawasan natin sa mga ganito, lalo na kung nagtitake ka na ng anti-thyroid hormones. Okay? Yung mga condiments like yung iodized salt, okay? Alam ko may mga panukala noon, gumamit ng iodized salt, okay? That is usually dun sa presentation kung may goiter na hypothyroid, yung parang naaantok, sabi nga, yung symptoms of hypothyroid is parang lazy ka, okay? Lalo na sa mga bata na may goiter, no? Tapos laging naantok sa school, gano'n. Yun yung unang mga promotion ng DOH noon. Fortified with iodine, sabi nila, di ba? Nakita nyo yun, may iodized salt na campaign noon. Pero you should also consider na kung ano ba yung type of thyroid disorder yung problem niya, yun yung dapat natin ma-address. Malaman muna. Okay? And then, dairy products like yung milk, ice cream, and cheese. Take note na may salt. Pwede rin may salt content yan. Pwede rin merong content of iodine dun sa area. Okay? Eggs, egg yolk, foods containing whole eggs. Food from the sea, okay? Especially seafood. Seafood naman yun. Foods that contain additives like carrageenan, agar-agar, alginate, and nori. Nori, ang sarap nun. Pero syempre, kailangan natin magkaroon ng restriction. Now, ngayon ko naisip, sa mga mahilig noodles from Korea, gano'n, yung mga cup noodles, pwede magdagdag ng nori. If you are hyperthyroid, boss, medyo limitahan natin, no? As much as possible. You should also limit salt intake na rin. Bawasan yung condiments as much as possible para hindi tayo magkaroon ng storm or yung biglang tamaas yung hormones natin, yung thyroid hormones natin, and it would lead to tinatawag natin thyroid storm. Okay? So, yun yung mga kailangan natin bawasan. Okay? Foods that are okay. Actually, maganda sana ito yung inunan nyo. Because, actually, dun sa amin, sinabi nila, it's best to start the things na dapat are pro for your diet bago ka mag-provide ng negative. Okay? Negative prescription. So, ito dapat sana yung nauna. Pero, well, sila naman yung in charge din sa website nila. What can we do? No? Parang binaliktad nga lang, no? Non-iodized salt. Okay, so baka sabi ito, rock salt. Okay, Himalayan salt. I'm not sure. Basta yun, non-iodized salt. Egg whites. Homemade bread with non-iodized salt. Not soy. Okay, fresh fruits, vegetable, not a problem. Frozen vegetable, grains, cereals, and pasta without high iodine ingredients. Okay, canned fruits, national unsalted nuts, and nut butters. Pag napansin nyo, kasi iodine is parang it will also correspond with a salty flavor din, di ba? Kaya nga iodized salt, di ba? Baka kasi nilagay nila as salt component nung ingredient nila. Yun yung parang safe spot doon na sinasabi. Okay, sodas, beer, wine, lemonade, fruits. Those are okay. Okay, coffee or tea, but remember, no milk, no cream, no soya-based or non-dairy creams. Okay? Ako naman, gusto ko naman to, pero syempre, though wala naman akong hyperthyroid or hyperthyroid. Okay? Okay naman ang popcorn. Just take note kung yung salt na ginamit is non-iodized. And then black pepper, fresh dried herbs, spices, all vegetable oils, sugar jam, jelly, honey, maple syrup, and maltose crackers. So, yun yung mga pwede. Okay? So, as much as possible, kapag nag-prescribe kami as doctors, you should start first with the things that are possible to eat. Then, end it with things na you need to avoid. And then, finally, provide another positive prescription. Para hindi siya mag-end in a, let's say, uncomfortable na ang dami naman bawal sa akin, doc. Okay? So, in the end, dapat mabigay din something positive. Di ba, marami pa rin naman pong alternatives na pwede nating i-take. Okay? Despite meron kang binabantayan ng karamdaman. Okay? Be positive, be optimistic, kumbaga, no? In prescribing your patients with this particular diet, low iodine diet. Okay, this is another image na pareho dun. Okay, low iodine overview. And pwede kong ilagay ito sa description ng aking video para din sa mga makakadaan at makita nila. You can download it. Freely available ito from the American Thyroid Association, and you could use this as reference. Okay? Yun lang naman, quick view and some insights regarding goiter awareness. And again, kung may mga kamag-anak kayo na may ganito, yan is tawag sa amin is bosyo, others pegal, ano pa, thyroid. Yun. Basta may enlarged na bukol sa leeg, don't hesitate to seek consult. Magpatingin pa rin, whether from a family physician like me or a specialist like a otorhinolaryngologist or ENT specialist o head and neck surgery, pwede rin magpatingin na. Okay, para lang din maalaman natin kung ano yung mga proper management natin sa mga ganyang karamdaman. Okay? Kasi hindi basta-basta yung mga binibigay na gamot and certain restrictions para malaman mo kung ano yung mga ma-offer natin na do's and don'ts. Okay? So those who still have questions regarding goiter, okay, goiter awareness month, you could leave a comment sa video na to, or you could message me through email or through Facebook. Okay? Hanggang doon lang naman ang video ko. I hope may mga natutunan kayo about low iodine diet and about thyroid disorders. Okay? And sana, if you have questions, just chat lang. Okay? Or message me. Para lang din isama natin sa follow-up video if meron man. Okay? Hanggang doon lang siguro yung video ko. And thank you guys for always supporting the channel, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye-bye!
Sa rounds ng ospital, hustle di magtigil. Laging inaalala ang bawat detalye pilit. Pasyente pamilya, sa kanya'y mahalaga. Kaya bawat check-up, laging may pag-asa. Si Doc Chris, the Scrubby, and di pa